Let's start her up. We good? I think we're good. Hi. Yeah. We got a new follower. I wonder who that was. Following offline. Okay. Let me do this. Do this. Sniffle. Okay, so I'm back. Whoa, camera. That's sideways, aren't you? What happened? That looks okay. So I think it's technically Tuesday, so it's 2 days after Christmas. My last stream I think was just before Christmas Eve. I think. Oh boy, has stuff happened since then. So yeah, that night when I went to bed, it was the same night we had this like polar vortex. Basically, if you live in America, you know that the temperature dropped like 30 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. So it was a heck of a, it was like real windy. But when I woke up to find this in my driveway. Yeah, there's my truck in there. Tree fell on my truck. That's my only vehicle. So that's a bit upsetting. I don't want to show all my pictures off, but I will show some of these. This is what it ended up doing to it. I just want you to feel my pain. I'm in pain right now. That's a truck. Smashed the whole front end on it. Basically bent the frame. So it does start. I started it up, but there's no way I could drive it. And yeah, it's basically just totaled. It's scrapped now. Unless I want to do some extensive repairs, which I'm not that type of mechanic. So that happened to me. Very upsetting. Christmas, I tried not to think about it. But today, or the day after Christmas, I went out there and cut it up. The tree fell over from my neighbor's yard, but my neighbor's like 89-year-old, so you know, he doesn't have much to actually help me out with it. So we went out there and cut it up for him. He's checking his insurance to see if maybe his insurance would help out, but I don't think it's going to, because yeah, I don't think they are responsible for a tree that falls on somebody else's property, unless I have made some sort of like claim saying that I thought the tree was dangerous or rotten, or you know, I have to like prove that I had warned him about it and he ignored it, right? That's the only way I could ever do anything. So basically, I'm probably like screwed on that. I do have a vehicle. I was able to borrow an old Jeep my dad has. So I'm not completely screwed, but I'm borrowing a vehicle now, which isn't great. But for Christmas, I did end up winning in like a lotto ticket. Won like $800, so that helps. It's not enough to get a new truck, but I went from being dead broke to having at least something. Man, it's just a sad story, isn't it? What the hell happened? I've hit rock bottom and a tree fell on it. I'm between a tree and a rock. Oh, God. You can't make this shit up. That's my life. But in happier news, I did all the work required to apply for Steam, and we are now in review for our game. So, oh no, I didn't mean to close that crap. I can restore a previous page, right? Let me fix that. Recently closed tabs. This one. There we go. Yeah, Steamworks. Here we go. I can't show this, and let me make sure I'm not showing this. It's got a lot of personal information in it. But I can talk about it a bit, like the process of getting your game on Steam. First, I did this a while back, but you apply for like your partnership thing through Steamworks. You go to like, just go Google Steamworks and you'll find it, or go to partner.steamgames. But yeah, you apply there, and basically it's just linking your Steam account to an account that owns the games. And I put it on my personal account. I don't know if I should have done that after reading. I probably should have separated it into like a separate account. But then again, I use Colio Wing as my personal account too. So whatever. It's on my personal account. And then I had to go through there, and they've just got like, okay, so you can pay for getting the app, but it just gives you like a ticket. And then you have to actually like activate the ticket when you want ready to use it. So I activated it, and I've been putting in information, and there's just like this massive checklist of stuff you have to do, filling out information. I drew pictures for like, my last 2 days was just drawing pictures, making screenshots, doing like, I was making GIFs. So I can show some of that stuff off. I'm wondering what's the best way to show all this. I'm almost done. The only thing that I'm lacking right now is actually having a game to put on it. It's kind of important. I did set a release date for Q1 of 2023. That gives me 3 months to finish this game. I'm hoping I could get that. If I go to Q2, I'm sorry, but I'm a first-time dev, and I've routinely failed at predicting how long it's going to take me to do anything. I'm going to try and get this done in the next 3 months. I think I can do that. But the cool thing is you have to put in like a release date, but you can always push it back on Steam. Steam doesn't really care about that, as long as you have something that's not like immediate, because you have to have your game on Steam for, I think, at least 2 weeks before you can actually set a release date, and then it's got to like be in the now coming section or something for like 2 weeks or something. I don't know. It'll take like a month. I don't know. When the game's done and it's on Steam, I think it'll still take like another 2 weeks before I can actually release it. But we'll see. I'm gonna hide this because I don't want any of that to show up. But I will let's look at all the pictures I drew, and it'll give you a good example, or get a good idea of how much work I've been doing. There we go. So, swap over to this scene. So this is all the stuff I had to make that was promotional stuff. And they include the community group header, which is just like the header page for your Steam thing. Most of my artwork, I didn't really draw new stuff. I just used previous artwork because, I don't know, I was trying to get it done. I might update some of this, but honestly, I'm kind of happy with most of it. But yeah, community group header. There's an icon. I had to create an icon. I used Google to do that. And I just drew like a PNG, and I used a converter on Google to transfer, or to transform it into a icon. Took a bunch of screenshots. Here's the screenshots that'll appear on Steam. One's just showing the world map with the HUD. Honestly, I really should have put the depth finder in this little picture. But oh well, because that is kind of like a HUD element, and it would make it more interesting. I do have pages of the options menu, which usually is not a good idea, I know that, but I wanted to just show real quick that I had like an extensive key binding menu. And yeah, this one was a good example because it shows that there's a keyboard remapping, mouse remapping, gamepad with thumb zone, or dead zone, thumbstick, dead zone. Mix those words together. So I put that on, like, I just threw it on the very back of all the screenshots so that I can show the kind of options we have. Yeah, some like cursor options and stuff. It was just important that I show what accessibility options are in the game. I put a couple of the cutscenes in there, but again, that's another one that you're not really supposed to do, but I put them at the back. I just thought I'd show a bit of like what happens in the game, the stories told through these cutscenes. I want to show, I think it's important in my game to show the little cutscene thing because I'm showing like what this game is emulating. I'm emulating NES stuff. So I want people to feel nostalgic for that kind of thing because that's my target audience. So I thought the cutscenes were important. So I put a couple of them. I got just a screenshot of the game. Another screenshot of the game with a different upgrade and just being deeper in the water, showing that there's actually like dynamic lighting. I got a screenshot kind of showing off the dive suit and this big shipwreck with a new enemy. I showed the mouse controls, so I had to click and then take the screenshot real quick, and an item you can pick up. So this will be kind of like, if people want to see what the game is made of, they'll see it here. I got another screenshot of like being in the oil. Again, I wanted to show off this mouse control thing. And then, yeah, you get to see the dive suit a bit better here. You get to see lots of different locations, right? It was important that I showed that there's a lot of different zones you can go to. I showed one of the mini boss. This is my favorite picture of the mini boss because it's just like, holy cow, right? So I thought that was a good one. This is like one of the images that are there to grab, right? Like the first 3 images are the most important because they're the ones that pop up. Like if somebody mouses over a Steam game, those images that pop up are the ones that, the first 3 are the ones that it cycles through. So this is like one of my attention getter images, right? Hopefully if they see this, they're like, what is that? And they click on it. The idea. I got one showing the dock where you can unlock stuff. And then there's the icon. Alright, so that was all the screenshot stuff. I got the PNG of the icon too in case I need it in the future. I've got a header capsule, library capsule, library hero, library logo, main capsule. There's a promo image. There's a small capsule. There's a vertical capsule. And all these pictures have like different dimensions, so I kind of just used the same stuff and tweaked it around because that's what most people do. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like, yeah, you got to draw all this different stuff for your like just making a Steam page. But we can look at some of these. So here's the promo image I drew. It is horrible, and I know. I wanted it to be. I did this on purpose. I don't know if this is a good idea. It's memey, but my God, it does look ugly. If you don't know what this is, though, there's a reason for this. If you've ever seen, actually, I should probably just pull it up and I can just show them. I don't have them on my computer anymore, though. But if you've ever seen like an NES game, like the old artwork, they did a thing where when they poured it to America, they'd get rid of the amazing looking Japanese artwork and they get some guy to like just draw artwork who barely even knows anything about the game. And like the artwork tends to have like, it's just ridiculous. So I use like 4 things as a reference for coming up with this stuff. This one was the main one though. So this is like the best example. I think this is like the number or the highest rated worst box art. It's Mega Man. Yeah, it has nothing to do with Mega Man. You got a guy, he's wearing like a rubber jumpsuit. It just, like the face looks like it was drawn separately and then pasted on there. And then you're like looking at the background, there's just like cities are on fire or there's explosions. And these like weird looking buildings, like I'm guessing these little like Roombas that have butt cheeks. These are supposed to be the little guys with the hard hats on. And maybe like the artist saw like a screenshot and it was like, I don't know what that is. It looks like a Roomba. So he didn't know what a Roomba was at the time. Just some sci-fi thing. Looks like there's a giant gun barrel coming through here. I just thought this was hilarious, so I wanted to do something similar to this. So that's what we got when I did this. So yeah, these are just like references to different horrible box arts. So I did this one. I basically just drew the face in the most horrible way I could, and then I drew that separately, and then I drew the body in the same kind of pose, but I gave him a knife because that's cool. Right, he's shooting a harpoon off, but the gun doesn't even look like what it looks like in the game, and the colors don't quite match what are in the game. I just thought, I was trying to get the idea of like, whoever drew this has no idea what the game is about. So I was trying to like get that feel. I put her on here. If you don't know, there's an image for a game called Forsaken. I guess I could look that up real quick. It's just, yeah, if I remember the names, I can just say what they are. Yeah, so this game was like about hover cars or something. And the picture they used has absolutely nothing to do with the game. It's just a girl with like a Forsaken tattoo on her face and a tear, and it's like, why is she so sweaty and crying? And why is her hair wet? And there's a moon in the background, right? And yeah, this game is just like, it's just like hover ships flying around and shooting each other. And that's the reference that I pulled for this one, where I just gave her like a tattoo, but it's got like a wrench because she's a mechanic and got a tear or whatever. This character, there's another one kind of like this, to where it's got a guy who's like, everything is blown out and washed out with like bright lights. I didn't quite go enough on that, but his t-shirt's like a space scene with like a spaceship flying in the distance, but I put like the ship flying from his shirt. In the background I did like the Jaws NES artwork, which is just like two stripes and like some water. I did the meteor crashing into the water and just rotated it because that was easy. Oh, it's got some silly phrases like player beware and high resolution graphics. And then we have our alien coming in. I was gonna draw like another image for the alien, but the one that I didn't like the look of it. So I ended up just bringing like a picture. I drew a one of like my actual alien. But I was trying to do something that's like the Trimmers box art, if you've ever seen it. I could look it up real quick. Honestly, I just keep switching just in case, but it'd probably be fine. Whoa, these are some cool pictures. Anyway, this is the one I'm talking about. Oh, that's an awfully small picture. Can we get something bigger? There we go. I don't see any bad images here. There are some weird looking ones from new movies that I haven't seen. Anyway, yeah, this is the Trimmers logo, or not logo, but movie poster. I just always thought it was funny that technically this is. I always looked at it and I was like, this monster's not even in the movie, but it actually is. This is one of the tentacles that comes out of his face, right? So, that's weird. I just maybe never noticed that. But Yeah, I just always thought it was weird that it's got like these big teeth and stuff, and it really doesn't look anything like what the actual Tremors monster looks like, a big beak thing. But yeah, it's like these little guys that come out of its mouth, actually. So yeah, I was kind of like thinking of doing something like that, where you just see the mouth of it or something. I don't know. That's all I really think of for the alien. Maybe it's a little too revealing. I didn't want to show, in any of the promotion stuff, I didn't want to show too much of the alien so that it still stays a mystery, because that's like an important part of Jaws. But maybe I showed a little too much here, showing off the mouth. But I think you see this, you probably have no idea what this thing looks like, and maybe it'll make you curious what it looks like. That's the whole point, right, of promotional images. Okay, so that was the promo image I drew. And then I basically used that artwork for a lot of my other artwork. So these are like the header capsule. And then I just kind of like reposition things. So I put the head over here, move these two guys here, so this weird picture. I'm kind of hoping that this weird picture will make people look at it and go, what is that, right? It's supposed to be kind of memey. So, but anybody who knows what it is, I think they'll instantly recognize the pose and they'll see what I was going for. And people who don't know that, or younger people, they'll just be like, this person can't draw. That's why I tried to put some like nicer looking drawings in the background too, to show that that one's just a silly one. This is for everything for the store page, use like the silly drawings, but everything for the library pages, I used more serious artwork because I didn't want it to be too memey for the library stuff. So this is the library capsule. This is if you're in Steam, I can pull up Steam real quick. Ooh, showed some stuff off. Yeah, if you're in Steam, so I think if you click off of stuff, right? If I click on this, yeah. So these are like the library, or the the library capsules. This is what these are. There's little icons you can see beside the name, so that was what my icon was for. And then if you click on the picture, this is the library hero, and the library logo is a separate thing that you can place separately, right? So the Baldur's Gate one is here, and if I like resize the screen, the idea is it will shrink things down, but the logo will always stay in the image. So that's why they're separated. So that's kind of what that is. So this is my like header piece at the top, and then my logo. I just did the title. I probably could have done something a little fancier, but I just kept using this title, so whatever. And then this is like a main capsule. So this is the main one you'll see when you click on like the store page or whatever. And then I can show GIFs off. You'll have to see them here. I think it'd be easier if I showed the videos, but that would get rid of the music. I guess I'll pull up the GIFs. Do this real quick. It's kind of small. Maybe I'll turn off the music real quick and we'll just watch the videos in large size. All right, let me do that because I'm using Windows Media Player to play music, but I want to look at all these videos. Plus, I can pull them all up at the same time. Oh, and then there's this image. I'm gonna show this real quick before I do that. This was just if you go to the store page, in the front you have like all your information, but if you ever looked at the background of the store, of any store page in Steam, there's always like an image that's faded out and it's just like in the background. I just took this image from that cutscene, and I thought that's a nice little background thing where it's kind of showing off the alien, and yeah, it's just supposed to be a real subtle image in the background, so I thought that would be kind of a nice idea. So I threw that in. All right, let's just open all these up. These are all the videos I pulled. I did one for the meteor, one for the plane, the minigame, one in the sea stage, one in the shallows, one of the title screen, and one for the world map. And the world map one, I ended up, you'll see what I did, but I did like some custom stuff for it. Play all these. So yeah, that's just the one for the world map. I was showing the final stage, the lightning, the submarine. I was showing it off. The ship destroyed. Maybe this is too much of a spoiler, but it's supposed to be like something to show like a, I don't know, how serious things get in the game or something. I didn't think it was too bad of a spoiler because it's just the top of the screen. This is a playing mini game. So I was just showing that there's more to do than just the normal stages. There's mini games. I still don't have the fishing mini game. That was one of the sacrifices I made last stream. I wanted to get it up by Christmas, but it turns out once I did all that, you still have to get the game reviewed, and that takes like a couple days, and probably due to the holidays it'll take even longer. So it's still not on Steam yet. I need to pass my review. This is C stage, just showing some basic gameplay further in the game. I think I pick up some loot, kind of showing like a couple enemies off. The fact that the character does upgrade and you don't have to worry about this water meter or this oxygen meter. I show the shallows, picking up the first item in the game, catching your breath, shooting these enemies with some big explosions and the fish in the background. I just thought all that was interesting. I got one of the title screen, which is showing them different saves and how, you know, there's a percentage of the game. We showed that one on stream. And then this world map one, I basically just hid the ship, and I wanted to show the world map as it transitions from day into night. And then, yeah, I just show like the left side of the screen. So I let it transition to night, and then I scrolled down. This is the best quality I could get for these, because once you scale them into GIFs, you end up like, GIFs can only be, unless you have some sort of better program, which I don't, GIFs can only be like a 12 frame rate or something, so everything ends up getting scaled down. But most people don't care about like a high frame rate GIF. They just want to see some gameplay stuff, right? So that they have an idea of what the game's about. So there you go. That was everything I did. Yeah, the idea is as soon as I get the Steam page up and the review passes, I'll go ahead and link some of this artwork on all my different marketing channels, you know, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. What else do I do? I've got I don't even know. DeviantArt? I feel like I'm missing one. I've forgotten all the ones I've posted. But yeah, probably will wing it, all that stuff. I'm just going to start linking some of this artwork. Linking the name or the link to the Steam page. Hopefully we can start getting some wish list. I really need a new vehicle, so I'm pushing really hard to get this done. Okay, so that's everything I did. That was my weekend. But tonight, I want to go through the rest of these bugs, the ones I wrote down last time. I ended up doing about half of them, and I come up with a couple extra ones I wanted to do. I'll get all these done, and then we'll start working on the fishing minigame again. I still want to get the fishing minigame done by the end of December, but it'll be hard. I lost a couple days there due to a tree falling on my truck. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Let me get the music back on though. Close this, close that, minimize that. Oh wait, no, I need that. Swap to Twitch so I can see the chat. Do this, do that. Okay, cool. You see what I see? That's a Christmas song. Okay, so on my list, in no particular order, problem is, it's been a couple days since I played all this stuff. Okay, let's start with the easy one, and we'll just kind of like baby steps into getting this going. I made a new type of loot, which is in items. When you kill an eel, I made it to where it drops 3 of these homing loot things. And these just, you don't have to pick them up. They just automatically rush into the player. But I felt like they moved too slow, so I want to move this way faster. And I think I'm going to do the same speed as I did for the stuff that drops in the plane minigame. Which, unfortunately, the stuff in the plane minigame isn't actually... It isn't actually an object. I just cheated it by drawing the sprite. But I don't remember how fast they actually move. I could just guess. I think it's like 20. Most of the stuff in the plane minigame moves at speed 20. Let's do that. It'll be 4 times as fast. I think that'll be good. I'll keep it here so I can edit it later. But I think that's all I need to do there. Let me get my pen so I can mark these off as I go. I'm also get a drink real quick. Be right back. I am so slow. Like I said, I spent all day today out with the chainsaw, all in logs, all in brush. Did have help. But yeah, I got a good workout today. And I totally did not grab my pen. There we go. That was the main thing I got up for. Okay, homing loot faster. I got that done. Next is, that one's kind of difficult. All right, when I created the fish icon, I never got rid of the birds and the fish that show up. So I need to find that. I think that's in backgrounds, world map, icons. Here we go. So we got this fish icon, but this fish icon, it creates this thing for the jumping fish, and it creates these birds that circle. But I don't think I'd set up anything to make them disappear. So if the icon disappeared, the birds and the fish would not disappear. And I thought about that while I was like going to sleep, and was like, oh crap. So I just need to do this, put them in these, so that if it ever comes night, all the minigame icons disappear off the map. Can't play minigames at night. There we go. That one was easy to do. Cross that one off. Okay, I noticed that when you collide with an icon, the alien keeps attacking you. I don't know how to fix that. I thought oh, that's right. Okay, so the alien keeps attacking you because the game doesn't actually zoom in until the area reveals itself. I need to set up the alien to make sure, yeah, you shouldn't attack while, oh god, this is gonna be hard to find. It's not just when the camera's zooming in, but I also need to do like when, actually, I think the easiest way to do it, when you discover an area, like this corals here. It creates this object. This thing. Shining cone 2. I can just say if this object exists, he needs to fuck off. Basically. Or, you know, another thing I could do, I can do the same thing I did with the port, to where I just set his health to be -1. That way that'll make him fuck off, and I won't have to like actually change any of his code. Let's do that. That's way smarter. Yeah, that's right. I already came up with a solution here. I just need to implement it. How did I do that? In the port. Let me look at that. Not this. Darn, I thought it was in here. Oh, it was with the ship, wasn't it? It's when the ship collides with the port. I guess it's fine either way. There we go, yeah. This is what I want. Let's do this. So anytime you collide with any of the icons... Ah, crap. Well, no, it's only with the reveal. I don't want it to be... I don't want them to go away with the other icons. Only when you reveal the icon. So... where is the reveal-y stuff? I think it's here. So I just need to put all that stuff at the bottom here. I just want to make sure this doesn't repeat. If it creates a score, it should not repeat, because it turns the controls off. Oh, maybe not. Oh, because it sets it to found. Found equals true. That means this doesn't activate again, so this is a good place to put this. And because this only triggers once, I can actually get rid of this part. Oh. Wait, what happened? Oh, I got rid of the global part here. There we go. So I set his health to 599. I set him to submerge. That'll make him go away whenever you reveal the thing. And I'll make them go away just long enough for the scene to zoom in. So it'll be fine. I just thought about this part though. I set his sprite index to equal submerge, but if it equals -1, I don't want it to actually change the sprite index. Pretty sure if it equals at -1. Yeah, okay. So I need to actually reset this up as well, because I never really thought about that. But this needs to be if space. Did I spell something wrong? Oh, I didn't do it. This. If this does not equal -1, then we set it to submerge. Then I got to do that for all of these, because if it equals -1, I don't really want it to reveal itself with the submerge animation. Not this one. This one. Okay, cool. Now let's copy this part. Put this in on the other 2 places, or 3 places. But when it comes to the meteor landing, I'm gonna have to set his health to be like a lot lower, because we're like standing on the place where he returns to. So I don't want him to, like, if he's right next to the exit, he'll just like start attacking us immediately. So yeah, I think I need to just set it to like 1. And because it doesn't matter what his HP is once you go into the final fight, his HP is permanent there. Alright, that should fix all that. I don't remember what this one was. Map go away when discover shipwreck. I don't remember that one. Ooh, I might have to look up my previous VOD to see what happened at that point. I think I'll do that later, because I don't remember that. I might have already fixed that though. Okay, I fixed the suit upgrade price. I set them to 0. We're about to mess with this here in a second. I come up with some ideas to help advance the time in the game, because we barely even went through like one in-game day and played the whole game. Of course, it'll be a bit slower for players that don't know what they're doing, but it won't be slow enough. You need to make it through. I want the typical playthrough to make it through 4 days in game. So I gotta kind of figure out just how much I need to mess with it to get that. Okay, so let me look at one of the spawners. I don't remember. I think it's a shallow spawner. Right here. So there's like a 1% chance that this object gets created in the shallows. Pretty low, honestly, but it's supposed to be a little secret thing. But I'm gonna make it to where I thought, because this is like a progression event, I thought it would be a good idea to put it somewhere in the game where you're guaranteed to find it. And I thought the best place to put it is in the shark mini boss, which is kind of difficult. And that's for the backgrounds. Where's the mini bosses at? It would be like, well, it'd be part of the room. Do they have spawners? Oh, they do. No. Oh, I can just put it as part of it. Yeah, I guess this would be the best place to put it. When this thing's created, it creates this. But without the chance, it's just a guaranteed this thing will show up between these points at this depth. This is another one of the quirks I added to the game. I don't know if I've shown it off at any point. I think my camera just fell over again. Let me fix that. There we go. Yeah, this is one of the quirks that I put in the game. It's basically like an inflatable ducky. And if you get it, if you collect it, it actually appears on the character and it works as a additional hit. So it's really useful. It's like a little upgrade that you can get rarely. And it's not supposed to be like a necessary thing, it's just a nice thing to have, and it's kind of silly. So I threw it in the game like to be some sort of quirky thing. But I want it to be like, there's a 100% chance you'll find one in the shark boss if you haven't found one yet up to this point in the game, which is totally possible because it's a pretty rare chance to actually get it. I think it shows up in each of the stages. I don't know if it's just in the shallows. Yeah, here's the chance. It's a 1% chance of getting the well too, so That shows how rare that was that we got it on our first try when we did that playthrough. Okay, so that one's done. Alright, this one's a bit trickier. I wonder what I want to do next. I think what I'm going to do actually, close this. Okay, so for the shallows and for the sea spawner, both of these spawners, I am going to create land. Seeing as I made the land for the fishing, or not for the fishing, for the plane minigame, I figure I might as well put those in the stages as well. So I'm gonna do that. But we gotta set that up, and I think I gotta create new things. Technically, it's kind of part of the skybox. I could put it here. I might want to put it in the same rooms as some of the mini bosses too. Like some of these mini bosses are in the shallows as well, so I might as well put like a landmass in the back of those. Oh yeah, they do have spawners. Probably better to put them here than on the boss itself. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Take that off of there. Put it on here. That way all of my spawning objects are in the same spot. Seems smart to, more organized to do it that way. Okay. So, okay, I got these open. Let's go ahead and open everything. So crab is a shallow area. The eel is in a sea area. Let's get like the shallow stuff first. So jellyfish, salmon. And then a sea area is like the eel. No, I can treat the eel like it's a shallow area, kind of more like a hole, and it's right next to the land. I think the other one is the stingray. The rest of them are deep sea, so they wouldn't have land created. Let's open all these up. Alright, now I just need the object that we're creating. But let's look at, well, nah, I guess not. I just need to create it. Honestly, I don't remember where I put minigame stuff. Here we go, minigames. Plane, backgrounds. So I just want to create these things. I'm going to use this as a reference. So, okay, we want to create new objects as part of the skybox, I think. So this would be land shallow. Sprite will be that. So sprite, minigame, land, create, object scale equals that. That makes sense. I don't need to do, well, yeah, I do. There's just no speed. I just need this part. So that it picks a random image. And then it doesn't actually move or anything, so I think that's really it for the shallow one. I just need to place it randomly. So let's figure that out. Oh yeah, at nighttime, I might want to have one that's specifically for night, where it's like a dark blue or something, right? Or like just black. That's true. Yeah, I probably want another one for nighttime. Let's throw in the day. Instance. All right, so the X is randomized. I haven't spelled that right. Let's do a random range. I kind of want it to be off the screen sometimes. How wide is this sprite? This sprite is, wow, it's 1920 by 1080. Sometimes they're small though. Oh. But the point, okay, the place that it's getting placed is actually here. So I guess what I need to know is like, where is the middle of this island? Because if I want to place it off the screen, it needs to be based on this point. Which means I'm going to end up, I probably have to reload sprites anyway. Alright, put this here, let's do some math. So, let's say 750, because that's an easier number. So it's plus 7, or it's actually minus 750. Oh, it isn't. It's plus 750 on the right side, but it's actually on the left side, it's going to be the other way around, which I can't do that in my head. 1920 minus 750. 1770, or 1170. That's going to be minus 1170. Okay, I think that's right. All right, we're going to reset this back to top left so that I don't break everything. Okay, so the ranges are negative 11770 to room width minus or plus 750. All right. So that's where I want it to appear. The Y, I don't quite know where it's supposed to go. I'm gonna have to do some math. So I don't know where the Y is for the fishing minigame. It's somewhere in here. I don't know if it spawns. I don't remember what actually spawns the background. Is it the plane itself that I put all the spawns on? I didn't create a spawner object. Maybe it's the sky. I remember something creating the sky in the background. Oh, it's part of, oh wait, these are sprites. That's step one. Step two is, it's actually in here. Right, there's a plane spawner. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's up here. Here we go, it's in here. Spawner. Okay, there is a spawner. I think it's this. Okay, good. This is where the backgrounds were created. Okay, so it's 480. So that's all we needed to know. All right, so it's 480, but this isn't what we actually want. We got to figure out the difference between the mini games surface the difference between the mini game surface and a normal stage surface. I think that was, I'm pretty sure I remember it was 852, and then normal stage is 255. So the difference between that is what I need to do. Alright, so that's 597. I think that means I have to subtract 597 from that. So 480 minus 597. So negative 117 should put it where it's supposed to be. Let's hope that's right. I'll have to test it and find out before I copy and paste this. Okay, depth. That's a good question. What is the depth of the land? I mean, it should be very similar to what I did on the minigame, I think. So the skybox is 199. The stars are 198. I want it to go on top of the skybox, right? I want it to go on top of the stars, but I want it to be behind the clouds. So I'm gonna have to like move some of this stuff around, I think, because I put the clouds right in front of the stars. I should have left a space here. I think this is where land is, or stage land. All right, so let's put it at 197 for now, because I think that's where it's going to have to go. And then this is O, land shallow. And then what I want to do is say repeat. Do 1 to 3 land masses. Though I think you can have a 0 here, which would be okay. I haven't done it like this before, but I'm pretty sure this is repeat. And this is 0 to 3 times, if it's random. I always forget how the randoms work exactly. But I think this is 0 to 3 times. And it'll create a couple land masses. I'm gonna have to test this to make sure it's in the right place at the right depth. I might have to edit the clouds and put them higher up. It won't be a problem if I move the clouds to 196. It should be fine. But let me go ahead and test this. I might go ahead and start opening it. Ooh. I got me some chocolate covered cherries. I love these. Also, I was messing with my different stage stuff before. I'm gonna make sure I turned everything back on. It looks like I did. Alright, we should be good. Yeah, it's loading textures. You can never see it because Goba's on top, but right below, actually can't even see it anyway because it's off the top right of the screen. I thought it would be underneath that little Goba thing in the top right, but it's actually just above that. But that's where the little progress bar is. You don't really see anything. You just see a clock that's counting up the minutes, how long it takes to build the game. The loading bar is a lie. I like how the loading bar just goes like all the way to 99% and then it stops in that little bit until it finishes. So it's not actually tracking progress, it's just there to show you that it did something. Probably how I would do a loading bar. I wonder who the new follower was. It's strange to get like a follow when you're not streaming. Thanks for the follow. Maybe they saw my VOD and they liked it. That's cool. Still got mic audio, right? Good. I've been downloading drivers. I got a new headset for Christmas, but it's not working. I think maybe it's because I'm on Windows 7. I'm trying to do like a driver update. Hoping that might get it working. I hate updating drivers. I'm always afraid it's gonna break something. I'm gonna update my USB drivers and update my sound card. It's gonna be one of those things if it is gonna work. These ones, these have been pretty good. I liked them. They're Sony. On-ear headphones. I like them because they keep my ears cool. My ears tend to get really hot, and I don't like things on my ears most of the time. I have very sensitive ears. But I figured I'd just try like a normal headset. Give it a shot. Plus, I couldn't think of anything else for Christmas besides that and chocolate covered cherries. I got both. Oh, there we go, it opened. Oh yeah, it's going to the mini game. Let me fix that real quick. Back to the initialize. Right. Run it again. Alright, back in the game. So if I go into the shallows, we should have land now. Hopefully in the right spot. At the right depth. Okay, we got a 0 land right here. It's not a good start. Let's try it again. It is possible to roll a 0. Okay, we got land. Huh, did I go the wrong way? Honestly, I just didn't go high enough because like the origin's top right. What happened? Maybe I did the depth instead of... I think that's what I did. I'm pretty sure it's 0, 0. Okay. I think I know what I did wrong. Go back to this one. No, this is the Y, 480. Oh, that's a background though. This is what I want, the land. So this is -2. Okay. So I moved it 2 up to get it on the horizon. Alright, that should make things easier. So, I've already forgotten what I had before. Oh, it was, no. Was it 117? No, that's what I got after I did the math. Crap. It's like 852 minus 255. Alright, so 597. So I just want, I think it's 599, -599. That should be the correct number. And we gotta go to Windows, where's the shallows? There we go, very bottom. Alright, so here is -599, or I already forgotten what it was. Yeah, -599, that should be correct. Try it again. I just wanted to be right on the surface level, but behind the ship. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got some land in the background now. I guess that's okay. As long as the clouds are... I mean, technically the clouds could be in front or behind it, right? So it would be fine either way. And I got the line just perfect, right? It's right along that horizon line. Do I like that? I guess I like that. Oh, seagull is behind the land. All right. At least we got to see that. Why is the seagull there? Where does the seagull spawn at? All right, seagull should definitely be in front of land. I think cloud can be behind or in front. I don't really care. So it having the same depth as the clouds is fine. Because then it could be either or. I wonder, do you think clouds should be in front? I guess they could be either one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But the seagulls definitely need to fly in front of the land. Otherwise, they're gigantic seagulls way off in the background. I think seagulls get created in here. Or they get created as part of the step event. Right? The seagulls get made. Where do seagulls get made? I don't see the word seagull. Okay, that's confusing. I thought it would be part of the spawner. Control Shift F. Seagull. Oh, it's part of the skybox. That's a bit weird, but I guess that's fine. Where's the skybox? The clouds are being made at 197. Seagulls are being made at 197. Yeah, I guess I didn't care if the seagulls and the clouds overlap, but I do need seagulls to be at 196 now. So let me look at that. All right, I'm gonna mark that down. I think I'm fine having the land and the clouds kind of overlap sometimes. It's not really going to matter. But I need to update all the seagulls. Is that the only one that has seagulls? I thought I put it on... Oh, because it's part of the skybox. The skybox is in all the stages. The seagulls can always show up. Yeah, I'm cool with that. As long as... So this changes all the seagulls. I'm cool with that, yeah. 196, so it's on top. And 196 only overlaps with lightning, so that'll be fine. Seagulls and lightning don't show up at the same time. Okay, so now that we have that, I can apply that to all my different spawners. I didn't really test to see if this works, though. I kind of want to run a couple stages and just see multiple land masses show up, or I'm pretty sure we saw one that had where it rolled 0. I mean, I got a 25% chance to see every single one. It's just, if you get the big land mass, the little ones can technically be behind it. So sometimes you won't get to see them all. But if the little ones are in front of the big ones, it might look kind of neat. So I don't mind if they overlap. Let's just try this a couple times and see what we get. Make sure that I'm happy with this. So that's just like one landmass in the background. There's another one. Little one. I haven't really seen multiple yet. There's that one. Maybe the repeat thing's not working? That definitely looks like 0. It's technically possible there's land behind the ship right now. But that looks like it rolled a 0, right? I set it up to where on the, yeah, if they were on the sides, they can't go off the screen. Based on where I set the origin point, I think. So, I think that was me rolling a 0. I haven't seen like 2, though. There's 2. So there's one here, and there's one here. Yeah, technically this one's kind of like behind the ship. But that's fine. I think it's working fine. I don't know how much I like rolling zeros though. Well, here's one on the side. So yeah, it's like right in the middle of the island. If I place that right, it looks like. I feel like I'm rolling zeros a lot. There's a big landmass. It's okay. I think it's fine. Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's select this again. Copy it, and we're going to throw it in all these after the skyboxes. Nope, wait, that one's for C. Honestly, that's fine. Actually, it's totally fine if I just throw it in the night one as well. I'm just going to change the object, but everything else about it's going to be the same. So yeah, let's just put it on both. I don't know what I'm going to do about my vehicle situation right now. Honestly, I hate that I'm putting so much on this making money when really I should probably, I don't know. I feel like I should just make a, or I should get a different job so that I can get myself, I don't know, situated again. I just don't trust that the game's gonna make me enough money to fix all the problems that I'm having with money right now. I'm kind of like, I'm putting faith in it, right? But there's a part of me that just doesn't want to rely on it. I could buy a vehicle if I hold off until my tax return. I could get like a really cheap vehicle. But by the time that comes around, I'll be close to releasing the game anyway, right? So at that point, it's like I might as well just wait until release and see. Maybe I'll get money from the release and I'll be able to buy a truck and a new PC. Honestly, that's all I really need. Well, that and some more money so I can quit that part-time job and start doing game dev full-time again. Alright, so that was Shallows. We can close this. Actually, I needed that. Crap. There's no way to like bring open something that I just closed, is there? It's this one. Yeah, I need these settings. Don't need that though. Alright, so that was land shallow. Let's make land C. Really, we're just going to apply this alpha and this blend to it. I wonder, applying the alpha to it might actually not work for this, because if a cloud goes behind the land, the alpha is going to look weird. I could try it, but I might have to, yeah, like it's fine if the clouds go behind the land normally, but if the image alpha is at 0.5, it's going to look weird if the cloud's behind that. So I will have to change where the clouds actually are in depth. I probably should just do that and put them on their own depths. I kind of like the clouds being on top of the normal land though. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. If I can't get the error to show up, then it should be fine. Alright, and we want one more for nighttime. I think nighttime, they're just pure black, right? Like if you saw the land at night, it would just be a black shadow. I've drawn a picture. I'm gonna use that as reference because it's basically what I've already established in the world. It's in one of my cutscenes. Yeah, it's just solid black. So I'll just draw it with like a sea black blend to it. So let's open that up. And we get rid of this part. We do black. Be all I want for that. Now I gotta set up these up where they go. This one will be night. Copy that one. This one will be C. Eel is shallow. Salmon is shallow. Jellyfish is shallow. Crab. Honestly, I think it's just the stingray that is a mini boss in a normal sea stage. But this one's C. Of course, this one's going to be C. Either use this one to test. I don't feel like I need to test the nighttime thing. As long as it's in front of the stars, which I think it is. Yeah, at 197 it's in front of stars, so stars will be behind the land. Alright, let's test that. I'm gonna see if the sea one has any weird effects, especially with when it collides with clouds. It's gonna take a while. What in the world did I mean when I said map go away when discover shipwreck? Does that mean the alien's supposed to go away? Because I already did that. I think I would have written down alien. Because I can't think of what else the map would be. I don't remember that one at all. It would have been just after I did the one for the alien to stay out of the port. I think that's when I wrote this one down. So if I check the VOD, I might be able to see what I was talking about there. Whatever this bug is, it causes the game to rebuild every time I create a new object. Really annoying. When I get to working on Gazzard again, there's no way I'll be able to accept this. I'll have to have it fixed. Hopefully I have a new computer by then. Maybe that'll fix the problem. For this game, it's not too bad. It's like a 2-minute wait, 3-minute wait. That's okay. It's kind of annoying. But Gazzard's like, I don't know, 6 minutes to 10 minutes sometimes. That's just way too long. Every time I create a new object, I gotta wait that long? Nuts. It opened. Go test out the new area. I didn't get any. Try it again. There we go. Well, that's what it looks like. So I did it like image. I set the image alpha to be 0.5 because it looks like it blends into the background a little bit, which I think looks better. But if it causes an issue with like clouds, it'll be a problem. I don't think clouds can ever get this low as this island, so this one shouldn't cause any problems. I need to actually like roll one of the really big islands, and then we have to get a cloud to show up to actually test it. Or we're not rolling very well. There we go. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, and then they don't stack good if I do this. Oh, that's true. That looks weird. Okay, so that's not going to work. I wonder if I just take off the image alpha part. Honestly, I don't even know if that's necessary, right? And that would fix the problem. And if... Honestly, I don't know why I had never seen that happen here either. Because technically that should happen here as well. In the minigame. I've just never seen... I guess I haven't really tested in the sea stages that much. Maybe we just never got the land to overlap. Because there's usually multiple... There's like 1 or 2 land masses that appear in the minigames. So... Alright, let's try and get rid of image alpha. Test that again. If this works, then I'll just apply it to this one as well, because I think that'll also be a problem. And this will just fix the whole cloud issue anyway, as long as it looks good. Yeah, it's awfully black, isn't it? It actually looks like it's the night one. I could try a different color, but yeah, without the like image alphabet, it just looks way too dark. You can't even like see any details on it, which is kind of okay, but I want you to be able to see some of it. So instead of sea blue, let's try like sea aqua, or I could come up like with a custom color. Probably would look better. Let's try some of the pre-made ones though. They're easier to figure out. I just need something that blends in with the sky really nice and looks like it's further away without changing the image X scale and Y scale, because that would make it really annoying to position to be exactly on that line. That looks better, though at this point it seems like it's too bright now. You can hardly even tell the difference between this and a C stage, though there is a difference. Yeah, like the colors definitely are darkened. I just don't feel like they're darkened enough now when I do this. Let's try. God. Getting all gloomy. Let's try something else. Alright, so we tried blue and aqua. Alright, I'm gonna clear my throat. Alright, if that doesn't do it. Gray, lime. I could try like a gray. Let's try navy. That might be good. I want something in between aqua and blue. I think blue is like raw blue and it takes out all the green and red. So that's why it's a little too much. Oh, that's way worse. Okay, nope. Navy's no good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with my own color, I think. Because we're kind of out of blue colors. There's teal. Alright, let's try that one. Last try. Oh wait, I went to a C stage. Or a shallow stage. That actually looks good. Now it's darker, but you can still see some stuff. I think that's the one. Cool. I think I'm gonna take off the 0. Because technically if the background is just behind the ship, that counts as a 0, right? But I think the combination of having a 0 and the backgrounds can appear behind the ship means we get a lot of stages where there's no background at all. So, like, I should take off the 0 so that it's more likely we'll have land. I'm gonna do that. But also, I like teal. That works. We can get rid of this. Just copy that. Put it here. Oops, I just copied again. I just pasted. Ah, come on now. This, that, this, that. There we go. And then get rid of the alpha here because that's definitely going to cause an issue. that I just didn't run into. Alright, I think that's fixed. We finally finished the land stuff. But the other thing is I just want to change this repeat. I think I'm just going to change it to be a choose. Choose 1 to 3 or something. There you go. So now it has to be 1, 2, or 3. What happened here? Oh, I need to do this. Kind of unfortunate I can't just... Gotta like select it the hard way. I've never done a repeat like this before either, I don't think. But it should work. Alright, I think that'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and close some of these windows. It's getting a bit messy. I'll just have to test ones like this when I do another play test. Plan on doing another play test anyway to figure out my economy. I didn't really get a chance to check all that last time. And maybe we'll find some more bugs. It'll probably happen. I feel like I should just set these to be 7 instead. I could do that. Let me do that. I don't know why I set it to 5. I just wanted them to go away before we switched over to night, but night starts at 7. Or 0.7. Just do that. That's going to include the plane minigame though. I guess I should test that homing loot thing. But let me do the plane minigame icon before I forget. I actually think it's up here. Oh, this one doesn't actually delete itself. What is this? Oh, I put it at the end. Don't do that. I don't want it to run anything. I didn't think about this, but if you run into it before it completes, like let's say you run into it when it's at 0.69, will that cause a crash? Because that's technically possible. You place meeting ship, I turn the controls off, and then yeah, do this like, yeah, that could cause an error. Crap. Alright, let me get all this stuff back out again. Or at least these two. These ones matter. Okay, so yeah, I need to make sure that this doesn't happen. Because that would be bad. It would turn our controls off. It would start to zoom in. But because I haven't set anything else up, this thing could delete itself, and then you'd be stuck, and it'd be a hard lock, basically. So, don't want that to happen. I could just say, and global controls active. So if the controls are on, and we're past night box, then we don't have to worry about this stuff, because I turn it off immediately when you touch it and start to zoom in. And then once they turn back on, it's already going to run all this stuff, so I don't really care about this anymore. That's really, I think that'll protect me from that happening. There we go. I don't care if the birds and the fish disappear. The chances of like this happening are pretty low. So, but it is, yeah, it is possible that could have been a hard lock. I didn't put that in there. I'm glad I thought about that. Okay, I think that'll be fine now. Let me test the eels before I do anything else. But I think this is done. Two more things on this list. So they are the two hardest things I've left for last. Okay, so yeah, eels. Oh, but the eels aren't revealed. I could reveal it really fast, right? I think it would be faster to just close out. Go to site found corals equals true. That would be a lot quicker. I guess the other thing I'm going to try is the night bot, or the night thing. Oh, that's right. That was something else I had to do. Okay, we can do that too. All right, test this first. So I just wanted the homing thing to be faster. Well, these are like the two worst field placement. Try that again. There we go. I wanted the loot to be a lot faster when you kill one of these guys, so. There we go. Oh, it flies into you so fast you can't even see it though. I mean, part of that was the lag. Yeah, it goes in so fast you barely even have time to register it. So let's slow it back down. This is why we test. So this would be in items, homing. All right, so 20 is too fast, 5 is too slow, 10. I think it needs to move at like the same speed as the player. But 10 might be fine. I think the player moves at like somewhere around 12 speed. Crap. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. At least now you can actually tell what happened. But you picked up a bunch of loot when you killed him. Woo. Plus there'll be sound effects at play. This crab isn't even worth killing. It isn't. He's not carrying anything. Cheapskate. All right, that's good now. Glad I tested it. All right, so the other thing I wanted to do, the way this night box comes in, I need to change it because I'm gonna make another change here in a second. Did I do that now? I guess I'll do that later. Let's do the other one. So I wanted mini bosses to show up after you do the sub. And I think I know how I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to the overworld spawner. Or world map spawner. So in here I have a way of creating the different boss icons depending on what items you have and what point in the game you're at. But at the very end I want to create a new one. I feel like if you have the sub unlocked, you've done everything, but you haven't really done the alien tentacle. So I might as well just go through all this stuff. So if you've seen the sub, or actually if you've seen the sub cutscene, and this got shark. I need to add shark to this list, I think. Oh, the shark's already in this list. So this is if it equals 0, but if it does not equal 1, kind of redundant. Alright, so if you have the sub unlocked, and you're not carrying an item, that's what all this means, then I want to create a random boss. How do I do this? Because I want to create it at its location that it would normally be at, I think. Or I make them all show up. It's kind of a problem because they have like designated spots they show up. But if I want them to all show up at the end of the game, I kind of want them to show up randomly. I guess what I could do, okay, I think to do that, yeah, I'm gonna create every single boss, but I'm gonna go into every single boss and I'm gonna set up like a condition that makes them show up randomly on the map if certain conditions are met. But yeah, let's create every single boss here. I feel like we'll do like a random percentage on each of these bosses. So it's not like they're all showing up every single time. It'll be like a 10% chance or something of getting every boss. I guess the coordinates don't really matter at this point then. So I could just do this, this. Eight bosses, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So jellyfish, salmon. We need the octopus. Eel. What's missing? Crab. Yeah, we'll do like a random chance of each of these. So if random, I feel like a 50% is too much. Let's do 20%. That's 0.2. I think any of them have a 20% chance to spawn after you've unlocked the suit. I guess technically I don't need to care about this item part. Also, it's not bracketed. Because you're not actually, I gotta set up the way you like exit stages at this point, so I'm gonna have to set that up too. Okay. Let's get rid of all that. Because you've collected all the items if you have the sub. It won't matter anymore. Okay, so I just need to set up when these okay. These things. I need to open all these up. So I just say yeah. Big if this, then I need to figure out where it goes. But also I need to do basically what I did with the minigame stuff. So let's do that. But I forget how to do that, so let me pull it up. So I need this stuff. Okay, so if you're meeting a wall or the ship or port icon, so it's not ever going to be placed on an icon. I guess that's okay. Oil, shipwreck. Okay, so the last thing is just like the qualifier for it. I kind of want to like reduce all this stuff. I'm gonna do that. Doing this when it gets too long. Especially because I want to put something on the end of it. Alright, so for like, this is the anglerfish. I want to say, if you're not place meeting XY, I think it is O deep sea. Okay, so if you're meeting the wall, the ship, any of the icons, and if you're not on the deep sea, then I want to do a random range. But because I really want to get this just in the deep sea, I kind of need to just place it somewhere like to the right of where my mouse is. So let's do 1500, and I think all the other stuff's fine. But yeah, I think this needs to be 1500 instead of 400. And the -50 is fine. Actually, did I make it to where these guys can't move off the screen? I didn't even think about that. Oh yeah, the direction they move to is somewhere inside the room, so they can never move off the room. That's fine. Okay, so 1500 to room width, and then it doesn't really have to be 130 here. It'll have to be 130 for the sea or the shallow, so they can't show up here. But for the deep sea, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's technically possible, but no, they have to land on the deep sea, so yeah, it doesn't matter here. So let's just do like 50. I don't have to exit. There's nothing under this. Right. True. This whole thing. Alright, so this will have to change for some of them, but this should put them in a random spot. Once you've unlocked the sub, yeah, it should put them in a random spot where they don't interact with anything. there's only 20% chance they'll spawn anyway. And that way there's some variation. Alright, so the stingray is not, but the shark is. So it here. So this is the same coordinates. That's fine. And the other one is octopus is deep sea. Dang. Yeah. There we go. And now for the stingray is the only one that's actually in the sea, so we'll do it now. So instead of deep sea, this would just be sea. And then I want this to be 130 again. And then the X and Y. I don't know exactly where the sea is. It's a lot clearer when you're on the map, but it's kind of hard to see here. I think the sea is somewhere in here. No, wait, this is shallow. Oh, deep sea. Oh, that's because I haven't zoomed all the way out. That's why. Oh, it's much obvious. Yeah, it's more obvious now. Oops. Okay, so that wasn't the right spot that I had before. It should be 25. Let's do 2,500. An easy fix. That'll keep it so it's not running as much. It's more likely to hit a spot where it's supposed to be. Okay. But that means that the one that I checked before is actually what I want here. So 1,500 to I guess technically it could show up here, but I don't really care about that. Let's just set it to show up from there to like 27, or it could be to 25. I guess that'll work. Let's do 25. There we go. The 130 keeps it from going here, but that's only for shallow, so actually I can go back to 50 here. And I want to do this for other guys, but we got to change this to be shallows. And this will be 400. And this one's 130. The 400's like just outside of port, I think. Actually, no, 400's way over here. Is it really 700? Yeah, 400's like, oh, 400 keeps it on the land. Yeah, I don't really want any bosses to be in this cove, or at least not, I don't want them to spawn there. So let's do like 730. 730 to 17. 730 to 17. $130, $50. Yeah. Okay, so this is the spawn for these shallow guys. Okay, let's hope I did that right. That should make them show up randomly. Once we're at the end game, we'll just sometimes have mini bosses show up. But the other part of this is I had it to where the mini bosses end when you pick up their item. I need to change that now, because if you encounter them at this point, you won't need their item. So I think that's all in the spawners. this one to start with. So this is it. If you have the item, so I guess to do this, all I would have to do is say, or, parentheses. Okay, so, or global progress cutscene sub, and I guess we'll do instance exist. So this is anglerfish boss. I don't remember what their names were. There we go. This would be boss anglerfish. Okay, so if you have the sub and the boss doesn't exist anymore, then it will exit the screen. Or if you pick up the item. Okay, I want to copy all of this and put it on all of them. And then the stingray is going to be different because it's got two bosses. That just changes to be whatever it is. Crab. No, I've already got one in here. All I gotta do is throw it in here. I think I need to parentheses again. So it's going to be one of these two options, which is either we've got the item or this cutscene's happened and the main stingray is dead, which I need to set that. And then in addition to that, the other stingray needs to be dead. So I think that'll work. So either you've got the item or you've seen that cutscene, stingray's dead, other stingray is dead. That one's a bit iffy. Alright, that should have fixed that. So hopefully mini bosses will show up at the end of the game when you have the sub. and they'll just show up randomly. And that'll work for like post game as well. So I think that'll be fine. There'll be one more down then. I can't really know about that one until I test it later. I should probably make notes of these things that I want to check for. I should do that. Let me do that. So when I do pacing and balancing again, I want to make sure I remember to check for mini bosses after sub, and what was the other one? Icon or alien go away on area discovery. I have to test that. I kind of tested all the other stuff. Those ones just require like certain points in the game. Okay, one more thing to do, but this is the hardest of them all. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back to false. Double click that, copy, paste. Let's close everything but this. I guess I do need to check to make sure they all spawn correctly as well. I'm gonna write that down. So mini bosses after sub, I'll just make a little note. Make sure spawn randomly correctly. So I'll just like go in and out of the stage a couple times to make sure I don't have any mini bosses like appearing where they're not supposed to. I honestly kind of feel like I don't want them to appear that close to your ship as well. Because right now, as long as they're just like 1 pixel off the ship, they could still technically spawn there. Which would be kind of scummy because they could just immediately attack you, which is okay, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of annoying. But then again, the chances of it are really, really low. Chances of that happening. Okay, so the other thing I want to do, I want to change the way time advances in the game. But yeah, that's the most difficult thing to do. I don't remember what tracks time. I think it's the light. So let's start there. Close all this stuff. This is the one I want to open. That. Well, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna do fishing next. Okay. So I want light render for the overworld. This is what I've been tracking time with up till now. So this is how I'm tracking time, which is pretty convoluted because I ended up adding all this like seconds, minutes, hours thing, plus date. But the big issue I'm gonna have here, I set up this like, if it equals 21, then I increase the night box. And if it equals 4, I go the other way. But if I do that, and I want to like advance the time, if I go from like 20 to 22, I need it to know that the time, or the night box needs to be darker. Right, so this is like a steady transition thing, but I need to set up something to where, and I guess this is pretty simple to do actually. We just say if global stat, I'll put it at the bottom. So if it equals I could do this right. I could say 21 or 22. Leave out the spaces for this. I don't even know if 24 is a number that I can go to. Pretty sure after 23 it just goes straight to 0, yeah. 24 doesn't count, but 0 does. 1, 2, 3. I guess at 4 it does change, so it wouldn't need to be that. So if hours equals one of these hours, I need to know how long does it actually take to transition, because I need to set that up. Alright, so 0.001 times 60. So it's going at 0.06 a second. Okay, 0.06 a second times 60 again. That's too much. So it doesn't take a minute. I just need to know how many times. Okay, yeah, I just need to know 0.9 divided by 0.06. Okay, it takes 15 seconds. So 15 seconds in my game would be 15 minutes, I think. If that, and global stat minutes equals, or if it's greater than or equal to 15. Okay, at this point, oh, but that's going to apply for the 3 as well. What? No, it wouldn't apply for 4. That's still fine. Oh, but that's only, this is only for 21. Okay, I gotta say this a different way. Okay, so let me just try this again. If global stat hours equals 21 and greater than or equal to 15. Put that in parentheses. So we're doing either that or, now I can get rid of this, do that and put it on the end here. Get rid of that, and now we just get rid of the 21 from here. So either it equals 21 and we're past 15, or it equals 22, 23, 0, 1, 2, or 3. If all that's true, then we just say global stat lightbox equals 0.9. Now I gotta do the other way. Other way should be basically the same thing. If global stat hours equals 4 and less than, or well, just less than 15, or there's a better way I could do this because I'm doing so many more numbers on the day. Or I can just put them all in. It'd be 5, 6. This is gonna be too much. 7, 8, 9. No, there's a better way to do this. I just say if it is greater than or equal to 5 and less than or equal to 20. Those in parentheses. So it's got to be both of those things. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. So if it equals 4 and the minutes are less than 15. Oh, this isn't less than 15 though, is it? I think this is also greater than or equal to 15. Because it takes 15 minutes to transition. That's just what that's including, is the transition time. So there, that's still true. Then we say the other way. Global stat nightbox equals 0. Okay. I think this will fix the problem I was having, but what is this? I've spelled something wrong. Yep, this would be it. Minutes. Okay, so if it equals 21, and then minutes are greater than or equal to 15, then it's just going to go ahead and set it to be 0.9, or if it equals any of these numbers, it'll also set it to be 0.9. Other way around, if it's 4 and it's greater than 15, or it's between 5 and 20, then it'll set it to 0. Alright, this way, if I've done this correctly, I can just set, so far I've having to like, if I ever set this to be, I usually like have to set it just before it turns night, or I have to change the night pot myself. But if I set this to be like 23, it should just automatically be nighttime, if this all works correctly. And if that works, then I can do something to advance time. So if I start the game and it's nighttime, then we're good. Not nighttime. It's 23, but the night box did not change. What did I do wrong? So global stat hours definitely equals 23. So the stat night box should equal 0.9. Should set that up in like the step event as well, or the create event. I think I should do that because I technically want that to happen before one step runs. No, I don't think that's going to fix my problem. So if you ever land anywhere between like, if you're at like 21 and 5 minutes, it'll just transition normally because you're technically still in 21. I'll be fine with it transitioning a little bit slower at that point. So it would look weird because this was, damn. I should probably just do, if it's ever above 21, it's just automatically night. Unless you, yeah, I should do that. But that's only on like the creation. But actually, maybe I don't even do this here. This seems like a bad place to do this. It should just be where you're created. Yeah, I shouldn't run this on a step event. That's dumb. So instead of all this stuff, yeah, okay, let's get rid of all this. I don't care about that. It was a lot of work for nothing. Yeah, if it ever equals 21, I'm just going to automatically set it without the transition part. And if it's between 4 and 20, then it equals daylight. I could just do else here, couldn't I? Right, because if it's 21, 22, 23, 0, 1, 2, 3 when it's created, then it'll set the night box to that. Otherwise, it should just set it to 0, right? Because that's everything that I haven't included here. Okay, yeah, that would be better. So we'll just do this, else. So it'll still transition as long, like it'll be, if it was at 20 when you come into the scene, it'll set it to 0. But the second it goes over to 21, it'll start transitioning. But if you go into a stage and you come back out of the stage, then it'll just set it to night. So I guess I'll do that. You won't get to see a transition effect. But technically when you go on a stage and you come out of the stage, I'm going to advance time, so that'll be less jarring too. Okay, let's do that. Alright, let's test this again. Because that still might not fix my problem I was having before though. So it equals 23, it should set it to be 0.9. It's still not doing that. So I'm thinking this thing that I've set up here does not work. Which I really thought this would work. Right? Because this is saying if it equals 21 or 22 or 23. I'd hate to have to like separate all this. But I think that's what I got to do to make this work. Alright, I got to do this, and then I got to say or. Equals 22. It just seems like way worse to have to do it this way. Copy this then. But I think this is what I gotta do. Like I can't just put it all in parentheses like that. I gotta do this nonsense. Well, if it works now, then that was the issue. Yeah, it worked now. So yeah, apparently you can't do that. You can't make a parentheses and just set it all in there. You've actually got to separate it like that to actually make it work. So there you go, it's nighttime now. And it automatically set it. It'll still transition like once it gets to 4 a.m. I made it to where nighttime is very short in this game. So it's like, yeah, it's like, what is that? 21 is 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. I really don't like, I feel like nights in games are set a little too much. I really think nights in games should be a much smaller amount of time than days. Even if it's not quite realistic. I mean, a lot of things in games aren't realistic, but you do it just for the gameplay. So I don't want to force the character to be running around at night. This is a good chance to test the night stuff though. I don't see any land masses here. We should see the land masses because they'll block out the stars if they're in there. But they might be hard to see just because they're pure black. Yeah, maybe pure black isn't the way to go. Maybe I should do like a dark gray. Because, yeah, there's technically a landmass here. You can kind of see it, but then again, you can't see it. Too dark. Let me try and edit that real quick. Should be a pretty easy fix. It is in backgrounds, skybox, and or night. And then we do, no wait, that's skybox night. This ain't right. We're on land night. There we go. So instead of C black, let's do C like dark gray. Try that. At least then it'll have some sort of, it'll show up in some sort of way, maybe. Then again, when I did see blue, it was very black before. Oh, you can just barely see it now. Okay, I think that's better. That's better than being like pitch black, right? Okay, I'm cool with that. And that makes it a lot easier to change my time of day now. I can just set it to be whatever it's supposed to be. Okay, but that was only part of the battle. The other part of the battle is, I'm thinking I want it to be, every time you go into a stage, I think I want to make it to where time actually advances depending on what you've done. Maybe just time goes forward an hour every time you go into a stage. Which means I have to find like every stage transition and put it in there. That's not the easiest way to do it. I'm trying to think, is there like an easier place to put it? Also, if I'm going to advance time by an hour, I needed to like update everything. What I could do is if the screen is zooming in, I just advance the seconds like way faster. That way you can actually see time go forward as you're zooming in, and that way the player knows that time's advancing going into the stage. But then again, when it zooms in, I think it like zooms in past the UI, so you can't really see that. I'm gonna try that. I don't know if that'll work, but. So I would just need to check to see if the camera's zooming in. And then if it is, we advance seconds faster. Or I can just put that on the camera itself. World map camera. Where's the zoom in stuff? That's not zoom in. Zoom in is this. But I could put it on both of them. This is what I'm thinking. If I do this, okay, it's not gonna be that easy. I need to say if global stat seconds is less than 59, add seconds. So if I put this on both of them, we're adding 2 seconds here, and I put it on both of them here, we're advancing time by 2 seconds. Or I just do it on the, I don't know, let's do both of them and just see what happens. I don't know if this will be a good solution or not. I just want to see what happens, really. Maybe I'll like it. If not, we'll do something different. So anytime I like zoom in the game or zoom out the game, time should advance like 3 times as fast, right? Though you can't actually see seconds on this thing, we should see the minutes count up a bit faster. It probably isn't like enough. I probably need to do like advance the time even faster. Yeah, you didn't even see it. If it did do anything. Right, let's exit. Technically advanced a couple minutes, but that's not enough. If I wanted to advance like an hour, I need this to like really cruise up. Yeah, I don't think this is the best way to do this. You know what I could do though, now to think about this. This probably is the best place to actually put this little bit of code. I just got to find the right one. Okay, so if we're doing zooming in, which is this one, it always zooms in anytime you go into any stage. I think the only time I might not want to advance time is if you're going into port. I think that one should be free, but everything else that you zoom in on is like either a stage or the alien attacking you or a mini boss or a mini game. But let's just apply it here. So yeah, but if I do it here, this can like run constantly a couple times. So it would be like advancing more than 1 hour. I really need to put this in a place where it only triggers once, which is really like in the places that cause the zoom. But it isn't really like a good place for this. This one would be good, but that's on the zoom out. I don't know. Let's look at the ship. I mean, it won't be too hard to find everything that causes a zoom in, but it is quite a few things at this point. Well, it'd suck to have to like apply it to everything and keep testing it that way. But yeah, there's like a zoom in here. That's for port. Honestly, anytime I do a stage track, that's one way I can check. Anytime I do this is a time I would probably want to advance time, right? And I know this only triggers once, so maybe that's the best way to do it. Is where this is, I just put underneath it global stat hours. But I need to do, okay, if global stat hours is less than 24. Plus plus, else. Equals 0. If it's less than 24, so if it equals 23, it won't plus plus, it will just go to 0. Otherwise, it'll advance by 1 hour. Okay, I think this is what I need to add. Anywhere that I do the stage track plus plus, which does not include the port, I need to put this just below it to advance the hour by 1. I think if I do that, this will work out. I'm just going to put it in here for now. Oh, but this is, it needs to go here too because of the 0. Okay, this isn't the place to put it. Because that's an else. So technically it wouldn't happen at this point. I guess we just need to put it like before room go to, but underneath the stage track. That way it happens once. Alright. But this is the thing I searched for. If I find this, I put it underneath it before you go to the room. Actually, if I do this, go a little faster. Whoa, why did it zoom? Oh, because I was holding control. I don't think I even knew you could do that. If you hold control and mouse in and out, it zooms in and out. Kinda cool. Anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and find all other instances of that. So I guess I want to look for, honestly, if I look for this part, it'll be all the ones that I actually want. Greater than 4. If I find this, that'll be any point that I actually want to do. Find all these. So it's in the ship, we've seen that. But there's also in all the boss icons. They do it. I gotta pull these all up. And the overworld alien does it. Oh yeah, I guess technically the minigames don't do it. Because, yeah, then they'd be, I'm gonna have to apply them to the minigames as well. Yeah. But they're gonna be different. I mean, there's only the 2 icons, so too hard. Okay, these are all the things that I would need to advance time in. God, all my day today is just going to be doing the rest of these bugs. I'm not even going to do the fishing thing yet. Alright, so this one, it's just this part. Yeah, it's just the one part. That makes this pretty easy. Only issue here is if I don't like it advancing by 1 hour, yeah, I'm gonna have to edit a lot of things to fix that. Skip that one. Do these last two. So this one's in a lot of places, but it's just right here. And then for these, where are these at? Oh, it's just right here before the fishing mini game. Okay, so now the time will advance. Go back to initialize. Yeah, okay, this is at 5. That's good. And I did remove it. Yeah. So, okay, let's test it. We should get time advancing way faster now, because every time you go into a stage, you lose an hour of game time. I might want to set that to be like 30 minutes or something. That's what I'm worried about, because if I have to do that, I have to change everything I just did. But we'll see. Maybe an hour is fine. Honestly, there's no way to know other than when I do my test game, I just want to end up... I want to get past July 4th on the test game, where you end at just about July 5th. But time should have advanced right there. When I go out of this stage, it should be 6 o'clock now. Yep. And now it'll be 7 o'clock when I come out. Yep. 8 o'clock. I'm going to do this all the way up tonight. 9, 10. So, I mean, it is pretty slow, right? Yeah, you're losing an hour every time you go in. But, I mean, last time, like I said, I only made it to like, it hardly even started getting dark at the end of the game, so I don't think this will be too bad. So the second I get to 21, it should automatically become night, which I think will be jarring. Like if I stayed here, it would transition, but I'm gonna go in because now it's nighttime. Like, oh, I feel like you lose out on the transition part if you do that. But there's no real way to get around that. I could do something to like, if you're on day 1, instead of it going, like I could make it to where it'd be more complicated, but basically what I'm thinking is if it's day 1 and you come out and you're at 22, it'll just automatically set it to 22 so that you get to see the transition immediately. And then past day 1, that won't happen anymore. So that's going to be more complicated to set up, because I got to do a lot more if statements to do that. I don't know, is it worth doing that? I kind of want to make a transition on the first day, just so that you can see, right? So I don't want new players to just immediately exit a stage and then, oh, it's nighttime now. That doesn't seem so great. So great. So I think I will do that. Also, I didn't really get to check to see if this went from 23 to 0 because it crossed over naturally, which is unfortunate. I would like to have tested that. Could do this though. Now I could test it. So if I go into a stage, when I come out, it should be 0. There we go. 23, go in. It's like 004. Yep. No, it's 24. That was what I was testing it for. Why is it 24 now? If I go in again, is it going to be... Is it going to switch over to 0 now? Yeah. Okay, that's not right. It's not supposed to go to... Why did that happen? I thought I set that up not to happen. If it's less than 24, which means it's 23. Oh, yeah, if it's 23, it goes plus plus. So I need less than 23? Okay, that's what I screwed up. Now I've made that mistake. I gotta fix that everywhere. But this is the ship, so that means everywhere in here is wrong. I mean, I could like search for 24, but... Or I could search for the whole string and use find and replace. Yeah, but that might... I think I'd just do it this way. Oops. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's hard to make changes if I do it this way. There's no real better way, I don't think. I should use scripts more often. This would be a great place to just like run a script. And then all I have to do is change my script. And I wouldn't actually have to change it in all these different places, right? Writing the exact same thing. I just don't know if a script is optimized as well as just running it individually. That was the end of that. I think an hour would probably be fine. But yeah, I won't really know that until I test it and do like a full playthrough. If I do a full playthrough and you end up like, by the time I'm done with it, doing everything optimally, if it's like we're on day 10 or something, I'll have to set this back. But honestly, if we get to like day 8, then I know that 30 minutes will be just perfect though. Alright, that should have fixed all that. And in fact, if I do this, I search for that. There you go, 0 results, so I fixed everything. I could test it, but I think that'll work. I'm gonna test it. Might as well. I've got everything set up for it. Alright, set 23, go in, exit, now it's 0. Okay, cool. I fixed it. Figured it would. Go back to initialize. That back to 5. Okay, so I'm gonna write a note here. Day when finished should be on 5th-ish. Alright. Is that really it? I guess that was it. Time advance. I'm gonna have to slow the game down, but I really can't do that until I figure out the economy of the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that later. Okay, I think I crossed out everything. Cool. I need a new sheet of paper. Alright, so it's 3 a.m. I might just stop here. I could start doing some fishing stuff. I don't know. I do have like another hour. I could work on it. I would like to get the fishing stuff done by the end of December. How many days are it in December? It goes to 31. So, and technically 27, this counts as 26 for me. I always count the mornings as the previous day. So we've got today, tomorrow. I got the day off Thursday and Friday, which I'm gonna have to use some of those days to I gotta turn in my tags for my truck and turn off my insurance because I don't want to be paying for that. The truck's basically scrapped now, so I gotta go to the DMV, which that could take a while. That should only be I should still be able to get a lot of work done Thursday and Friday. And then I still got Saturday, so yeah, we got 5 days to get the fishing minigame done. That should totally be possible, right? I don't need to be in that big of a rush. But I do think this is the hardest minigame out of the two. Not really saying much. Okay, but what I want to do here, let's at least get started. I started it a while ago, but I gotta remember where I was at because that was a couple days ago now for me. Alright, so that's the sprites. Mini games. Close that. Close that. So fishing, what did we do? We did a background. We did spawners. We created this thing. Ah, but these have changed now. So this is teal. That's not. There we go. And then we're getting rid of this. Also, there's no speed. I guess this is where I stopped before. Alright, so if it's 0 or 1, it equals these things. This is going to work basically like the plane minigame worked. Oh, that's good. I think that's really it. Go ahead and close that now. The backgrounds. These create a water surface at 356. I don't know if that's correct. Let's go to the fishing minigame. The driver finally downloaded. So, do that later. I guess that's something I can do at the end of the day or end of the night. Try and get those headphones working. So I don't have to change anything here. These should all be good. We got clouds. Clouds should move. I think I set up the speeds for the clouds already, right? 1 and 2. Yeah, I think that's right. Only this seems backwards. X plus equals speed, but if it's less than negative 1,000, I think I changed. I wanted it to go from left to right when I set this up, but I didn't change this part of it. If X is greater than room width plus 1,000. Then destroy self, because this is going up. Alright, that should be good. I feel like I need to make some more clouds. The clouds I put in there aren't... I feel like they're kind of Not great. I should do like more cartoonish clouds, I think, instead of using that fog brush. I don't know. Honestly, clouds might have been fine up till now. This thing still creates seagulls, right? And it creates clouds. I'd like to make seagulls. Did I get rid of the seagulls before? Maybe I just never added it to this one. Seems weird that I would have got rid of it. Because this one has seagulls. Oh, but the seagulls, right? They only fly within a certain range. I kind of like have to make a new type of seagull that flies in the range we want. But I think I'm going to add seagulls to the fishing. Because, I mean, there's seagulls flying overhead in the game. Or in the thing. I kind of want to do this. I had to do it. But yeah, I probably had to make a different type of seagull. Because these seagulls are like restricted to the very top of the stage. But this fishing game, I think, has a lot more room at the top. But let's just keep it in there like it is. And if I want seagulls to fly differently, we can test that too. Alright, so I think everything here is good. We got this fishing spawner. Let's look at it. So it clears the particles, that's true. It creates the background. Not going to do any of this stuff. It creates the land. And here. I think I want to do the repeat thing here as well, so let's do that. Repeat. Choose 0, not 0, 1, 2, or 3. Do that. There we go. No way, it's the same as the stages. Go, we got fishing sky. I don't like creating anything else here. All this looks good. Step event. We got fading in and out. Draw. We got that. Okay, let's test it. Definitely goes to the right area. Okay. So we should see all the stuff set up in here. We just don't have like the ship or fish yet. But setting the scene is an important first step. Right. So I remember this. This was the last thing I was working on, and I didn't have the land showing up in the right spot because I probably did what I did earlier. But yeah, water line is a bit. That cloud is moving. Maybe that cloud's moving too fast. Why is that cloud going so fast? Did I create the wrong type of cloud? I set up a new type of cloud. These are going really fast. They should be moving at 1 and 2, right? I made my own cloud, this one. The speed is a random range between 1 and 2. And then x plus equals the speed. I feel like I'm creating the wrong type of cloud in here. It would be part of the background. It would be part of the sky. There we go. No, it's minigame cloud. Okay, wrong cloud. Minigame fishing cloud. Alright, that explains that one. Yeah, I was creating the cloud for the plane game. And then let's see if we can fix the other part here. Which is, where do we create the land? We create it here. So this isn't right. It's -2. Of course that's not right. We haven't actually changed this. Okay. So I need to know what this surface was set to again. Wrote it down. It's 366. Okay, so our other one was 852. 852 minus 366 equals 4. Alright, so it should be negative. 488. I've done this right. Let's hope I did that right. Great start. There's nothing here. I feel like the sky is too low. You can kind of see the skyline right here. But this is at the perfect spot. I guess that is fine. There you go. We're getting random background. No, that's definitely too low. Look at it. What happened there? Did I go the wrong way with it or something? Okay, the sky has to be higher. Here's a seagull. I think the seagull just... Well, I mean, they'll be flying at the top of the screen. I guess that's fine. We can leave the seagulls there. I don't really have to change the seagull's behavior. Yeah, the sky looks like it's dipping in the water too much. I don't know what's up with that. So where I create the sky, this is at negative 481. I don't know. Maybe this isn't right. Seems like it's got to go up a bit. I could just eyeball it. I wonder what I did wrong with my math, though. Been so long since I've done it, though. Thinking, let's just try and set it to 3 instead. I might have gone the wrong direction. Because I remember subtracting 1 from it. I probably didn't do that right. Let's see if 3 fixes it. But I think it's more than 3. Just looking at it. More than 3 pixels. Yeah, it still looks like the sky is... I mean, it's not too bad. Honestly, that might be it. That looks actually right about perfect now that I look at it. No, right here it's definitely below that line. It's just hard to see on the brighter colored water. But the dark water, it's a lot more obvious. A lot more. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep messing with this until it looks good. I think 10's too much though. But let's go up by 10 so we can kind of narrow down the area. And then I just gotta keep re-rolling until I get a darker map. If I can see it. And probably want to keep full screening the game so that I can see it even better. That looks right. At least the blue's not down below anymore. Yeah, I think that's it right there, actually. I mean, as long as it's behind the water surface, should be fine. Oh, I like this one. This lined up really well. We've got this one that goes to here, and then we got one here. So it kind of just looks like an extension, and then another one here. Only problem is, these two are the same ones. I just like the random nature. I kind of feel like I need to draw some more land masses. Maybe I shouldn't have been so lazy with it, but it kind of looks okay too. I can make them look a little nicer. Draw a couple more variations. I don't know. I can't do anything like too crazy with it. I thought about like putting like a lighthouse, but the way I'm doing it, I could have like multiple lighthouses. Right? If both of these had a lighthouse on it, it would be like lighthouse, lighthouse. That'd look weird. So I can't really do like anything specific. It really needs to be very generic, so that if we get repeating ones like this, it doesn't look too weird. Well, I'm good with all that. I think the sky's at the right level now. Alright, what else do we need? We need to create the ship, I know that. Create the little guy. We gotta create all the UI stuff. Kinda wanna like, actually I think it'd be easier if I just go into all the artwork I did and get an idea with what I'm working with again. So we've got, for fishing, there's a meter for like a power bar for getting ready to cast. There's some UI stuff, that's part of the UI. Honestly, I should delete these like icons. I've got the player casting, reeling, and falling over. I got a couple for reeling. I got the player catching a fish. I've got this ready sign, and I've got these different ripples and these different color like selection things for the fish. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, so I made two different ones. And then we got our little character on the ship. I didn't put the ship itself. I guess I was going to use the normal ship and place these guys on it, but I'm going to have to like set that up because yeah, I'm going to have to like line it up pixel perfect with the ship. I know the ship's supposed to be like on the left side of the screen. You fish off to the right. But yeah, I'm gonna have to line everything up. I think it'll be easier if I just put it all on the mouse cursor and figure out where it goes from there. So let's get, let's at least get the ship. Golly, something wrong with my throat. Let's at least get the ship where it's supposed to go. Maybe I'll stop there. Okay, so I want to find the mouse cursor. Then I'm gonna go to draw. Turn this back on, that back on, that back on. Probably want to add to this like 200 or 300. 300 might be too much. Let's do 200, 200. And then I want to draw a sprite, which I can do this one. Let's draw the ship for the stage. There we go. Ship stage. And then it'll be drawn on the mouse cursor so I can figure out exactly where this thing goes. Honestly, I think it goes like, I don't remember how I did the ship. Probably somewhere near the, actually it's probably like 0, 0, so I won't even be able to find the right place. Oh yeah, and then I gotta like split it and have the bottom do with a wavy effect. Yeah, it's not quite as easy as I thought. I think I want it to be like off the screen as well. You can look at what I'm looking at. I can't exactly see my coordinates right now because they're underneath. But I think I want to put it like off the screen a bit over here. I know you're going to be fishing from the front. And I got like the Captain Shaw guy is going to go on top somewhere. So I don't really care about like behind the ship here. I think if I put it like here, you'll have like all the room to the right to actually fish. So the idea here, I don't know how much I explained it, but your guy will be sitting on the ship. He'll have like a cast bar. He'll cast. And depending on how far you charge it is how far the line goes out to the right, right? Right. And then it'll land in the water. And what I'm thinking of doing is, as long as you don't reel in, it'll start to sink. And if you start reeling in, it'll start to rise. So the idea is there'll be fish like swimming around randomly. I'll have to figure that stuff out, so that's gonna take some time. But if you get your the lure to go over top of the fish, and you press like the reel button while you're on it, like tap it, then, or maybe just randomly the fish will bite it. I don't want to make it too difficult. But then once you get them to bite, then you're just like reeling it in to get it back to the ship. I'm gonna do something to where it'll have like a different state to where it's like fighting. If it's fighting and you're reeling in, I'll have the fish line slowly turn red. And if it goes red and it stays red for like 1 or 2 seconds, then the line will snap. The fish will explode because that's funny. And character will fall over and you'll miss out on that fish, right? If you manage to get it up on, you know, fish it up to the ship, you get a whole bunch of loot. And yeah, that's really all it is to it. Each of the different areas have different types of fish that spawn. You know, the deeper sea areas have better quality fish, but they'll be harder to catch. That's the idea. I like all the seagulls. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I guess the big thing here is figuring out where everything goes. I need to put this somewhere in here. I gotta like draw the wavy bit and the whole surface thing, so do all that, and then I gotta figure out like pixel perfect exactly where the character goes. But I can put it on the mouse, so it'd be pretty easy to find where it goes, where they're positioned on the map. And I might want to make like the anchor coming off the ship, or I guess you don't have to anchor if you're fishing. So we'll ignore the anchor. Maybe I'll draw the anchor and put it like sticking out the hole there. I don't know. I just always assume the anchor goes up in that hole. So I don't really have to draw it. I'm using Breath of Fire 3 as my biggest reference for fishing, for my fishing minigame. If you've never played it, it's one of my favorite fishing minigames in a game. I think like Breath of Fire 3 and Dark Cloud have really great fishing games, minigames. Some of my favorites. So I want to use those as kind of my example of what to do. So Dark Cloud is more of a 3D fishing game. This one, I think Breath of Fire 3 makes more sense because it's also 2D. Just my perspective's a little different. I could come up with some other ideas too. Like there's 5 or 6 type of fish you can catch. But I could make some other things you could do with the fishing rod. Like, I don't know, just some funny stuff. Seeing as like if you catch a fish and you mess it up, it causes an explosion. I could do something fun to where if you can cause an explosion, maybe I'll have something in the sky, and if you can cause an explosion to splash that thing in the sky, it'll be like a quirk, but a secret, where it like gives you a whole bunch of score or a bunch of loot, because it'd be tricky to pull off to get it to explode right when you need to. I think that might be a fun thing, but I don't know if I don't know what it would be. I don't really want it to be seagulls. It would have to be some other thing. I was thinking of making it to where no matter where the fish is, when it blows up, it causes the explosion on the surface. It's not like that for the stages, but I thought it would be good for this because it's so rare. Also, where's my clouds at? Have you seen a single cloud? I definitely saw clouds at first, but I haven't seen a cloud in a long time. Awful lot of seagulls. What happened to the clouds? I think the clouds are being spawned to the right. And that's why they're not showing up. And they're moving left to right, so they're just like being spawned and deleted. I should take a look at that. Take a look at that. would be part of the sky. Oh yeah, room width plus 2,000. I want minus 2,000. Minus 1,000. There we go. Now we'll have clouds. I can also check to see if this Y coordinate is correct. Oh, I don't like the way that spawned in. Oh man, they're popping in. That's not good. I guess 1,000's not enough. Damn, if that's a problem here, that's a problem in other places. So we need like 2,000 to 3,000. And then if it's getting deleted at, oh man, everything's screwed up then. Because if it gets deleted at 1,000, then it'll pop out. So this needs to delete at 2,000. I never noticed that in the normal stages. I wonder if I have different settings for that. Probably look at that real quick. There's usually a lot of other stuff on the screen, so maybe I just don't ever pay attention to it. That cloud spawned a lot better. Oh, that one popped in again. I know the clouds are like, they can be pretty big, but honestly, I think it depends on if the cloud's like origin point is in the top left. It'd be a lot bigger than I give it credit for. I don't know what the clouds are. I think they're part of stage, skyboxes. I guess it's part of effects. I don't see any clouds. Map. There we go. How big are these? It's middle center. And look, yeah, they're only like 763. What's going on here? Like, right? If I created at negative 1,000, or yeah, negative 1,000, then oh, I'm doing room. That's what it is, isn't it? Let me look at that. I think that's what it is. I'm doing room width, my, oh yeah, plus 2,000. No, that's when it's destroyed. Okay. What I'm doing wrong is this part. Okay, yeah, it's room width minus 1,000. Okay, that's not what I want. That's what's screwed up. Get rid of the room width part. This minus 2,000 to minus 1,000. That's probably why I never saw this, because when I put it on the other side, I was doing it based on what the room width is, but when it's spawning on the left side, it just needs to be raw numbers, because these are based off 0. Okay, that should fix it. Probably why I haven't seen this till now, because I copied this from a different one. One with the land mass. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that overlap too. This one and this one's just right in front of it. Looks good. There's a cove. I do think I need to make a couple more land drawings. They're not that hard to make if I make them this simple. It's just like a solid color, this moss brush that I love to use because it's really pretty. And I sometimes put some like some beach sand at the bottoms. Alright, that was a lot better. It actually spawned off screen, didn't move on screen. The seagulls are in front of it. These things might be behind the land, or they might be in front. They're behind in this case. I guess it doesn't matter. Imagine the ship is like here. I need to make a way to actually skip this minigame. I might want to do a way to skip the plane one too. I don't know why you'd ever want to skip the plane one though. I could see you wanting to skip the fishing one if you accidentally moved on it, because the fishing one's supposed to be like a slow game, right? And you can really, like, there'll be a lot of fish inside the water, but you can fish until you get everything and maybe the game will end. Or I could just make it where they constantly spawn so you can keep yeah, so you can keep fishing until you want to quit. I don't know. Kind of depends. I like the idea of a fishing minigame because it's like another reason you might enjoy this game. Maybe you don't enjoy any of the action stuff, you just like fishing. I mean, honestly, I played Breath of Fire and just done like a whole day just playing the fishing games. So it's not like unheard of. Some people just like to fish in games. So it just adds an extra reason to somebody might enjoy the game. Or they want to make it good and relaxing, and things should be pretty chill. Besides when you fell and there's a giant explosion, which is different from most fishing games. That's one of the unique things. Yeah, I like it. This is cool. Okay, I'm getting an idea for what I'm getting a mental image of what I want. But the next big thing is setting that ship up, which honestly, I'm just taking what I've already got and putting it in the right place. But I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna do like plus 100 on these so that they're a little off center. Go ahead and save, and I think I'm gonna end here. It's 3:43. I made some great progress. I think we're all set up to get this fishing mini game hopefully done by December. Yep, we'll get this done by December. Let me just think about it real quick. I think about it like every time I end stream, but I won't think about it again because I just set a release date, and that makes me feel more pressure. So finish the fishing mini game, finish it by December or before the new year, and then I'm going to play the game again. I'm going to work out the economy and just check out like pacing, balancing. I'm going to look for those changes I made, make sure there's no extra bugs or anything. So yeah, just like one more look over. So swap to this so you can see it. So yeah, it'll be an infinite screen. Oh well. Yeah, pacing and balancing. These are the different notes I made. I thought about doing something to where if you go past the 4th day, you start losing score for time. But I don't know if I'm actually going to do that. I might not. That was an idea I had, but now that I think about it, I don't really want to like rush the player with that whole score thing. That was just something to like encourage speedrunning. I could do it the other way around, to where the earlier you complete the game, you get like a bonus score or something. So if you complete it on like the first day, which should be really hard now that we're advancing time by an hour. But yeah, if you complete it on like the first day, you'll get like a bonus 1,000 or whatever for each day you beat it before the 4th. I don't know. I think I might just get rid of it. I still remember it, so maybe I'll keep it in mind. After I do all that, I'm finally going to put a loading window into the game so that we don't get all that like frame rate stuff. You know, I have to do like a way to bypass this for testing, but I'll definitely need a loading window at some point. I have to draw what I want for the credits and make a credit screen so we can complete the game. Honestly, I think I need to do this. Honestly, I think I need to do both of these before I do this next test. I'm gonna move these up. After I do the mini game, I'm gonna go ahead and do the loading window and the credits before I do the next playthrough, just so I can test this stuff. Because I remember when I finished the game last time, we got stuck on the credits because I haven't built them yet. So I might as well do that after this. I don't know if I can get like, I'm pretty confident I can get the fishing minigame done before end of December, but I'm not sure if I can get all this done before end of December. That seems pretty hard. But I should be able to get this done in the first week of January. And then once that's done, doing audio, doing music, ambient sounds, yeah, and music. And I got all this stuff, leftovers that I've been making notes. I got credits in here, but I'm doing that now. I still don't know if I'll do localization. Right now I'm broke and don't have a vehicle, so that's not looking good. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about this stretch mode. I don't think I'm gonna do that. That was something to look at. I don't know about vibration either. And this is just stuff I need to remove. My testing stuff. I've been using these buttons to test things. And turn the screen reset back on. Get rid of all the unused fonts because there's no reason having them if I'm not using them. I gotta figure out how Steam achievements work. That's something I have no idea how to implement. So I'll have to figure that out. Hoping that seems like a tutorial that'll be hard to find, because that's like, you have to finish a game before you do that, but I know a lot of games add achievements. I just don't know how it works. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know if I'm going to do the language thing because I'm out of money. I have to do that later. After the game launches. This stuff's just testing stuff. Flash images, icons. I've kind of done some of this now. But there's still more to do. Like, I created this stuff for Steam, but there's also the stuff specifically for the application itself. So I gotta like assign icons for that, I think. I'm gonna do a little intro for like a personal intro. There's a couple like more images that I gotta do for like installation. And then I'll just look at if there's any other like game option stuff. I've gotta like figure out how to put the game on Twitch so that when you select, basically set it as a category so that if people play my game they can set the category to be the game. That would help with discoverability too. And I need to get the game on YouTube. Besides that, I don't really know about anything else. I don't know how to do these things either. Like, how do you go about the process of getting your game on Twitch or YouTube? I know most indie games that come out, they don't actually have this stuff set up until like a month or two after the game's been out. So maybe you actually have to have like proof of a game or something before you can do this stuff. Alright, anyway, that's it for me. I'm in here. That's it, yeah, later, bye.